OMG, there's so much happening in 4 minutes, and episode 3 is blowing my mind. My favorite moments of this episode came, which I was happy that we were getting but Grandma ruined those moments for us. I feel like time is connected to great family in one way or the other, or if not, time does relatively shady thing for money. In this scene where Time and Great are getting to know each other, he mentioned that Great life must be better because Great has money, which he also made it clear that he think he was going to make his life and his grandma life comfortable if he became a doctor. Apparently he chose the profession because he think he would make it big but reverse was the case. Remember when Great was attacked by Tidal in the episode 2 and Time came to save him? I really think Time was a psycho stalker, but episode 3 made it clear that he is familiar to them because Time was the one the girl who got kidnapped called. It's also very obvious that Time might not like his profession that much, or if he does, he is so shady. A good doctor should be nice to their patients and not try to impose what he knows is right on them. He has to talk them into agreeing, but Time prefer to do it in the way he thinks it's right. His friend is quite different because he uses more of the profession ethics to work. Another thing is that Time does not remember the name of his patients, even the one he just finished working on, which seems so wired because how come he knows Great full name? Comment below if you think Time is familiar to Great family. I thought Tonkla was still grieving his brother, but just look at the way he hoped on Inspector Wynne to give him Ro. Anyway, I get why Tonkla is obsessed with Korn. They is different because with Korn, he care more about making him happy, and their intimacy is more passionate, and I really think they do have a stronger chemistry. He even thanked him for making him come, which seems so sweet, but Tonkla with Wynne is the opposite. He mentioned that he was on PrEP, which is a medication that prevents you from getting HIV virus, asking if Wynne would do it raw. But Wynne preferred to play safe. Tonkla reacting to orgasm with Wynne was not the same with Korn because after he came he did not care if Wynne came or not, he just wanted to wash up. So I think Tonkla is still in love with Korn, and I don't think there is space for Wynne. Wynne is trying to look into the case of Tonkla's brother, which he might hope to win his heart if he was successful with the case. But I think Tonkla has avenged his brother dead already, but there is one thing that can make him win his heart, which is given him Ra. As for Wynne, if he keeps trying to prove himself, he might end up getting in trouble or even getting killed. I also think there are more people involved in his brother case because of how Wynne was suddenly ordered to drop the case. The time stuck has significant meaning, which I think everything will end once it's reached 11:04 because that was the exact time he met a patient with the same symptoms with him. For reference, when he was stuck at 11 o'clock, he saw himself hitting a woman and also bombing into Time and saw them having sex. He saw his friend hitting Dome, and at still 11 o'clock he saw himself exchanging contact with Time before the time stuck changed to 11:01. At 11:01 he saw Time giving him a cup of coffee asking him to treat himself at the hospital, and it's constantly changed to "Can you forgive me?" Great. He was still stuck at 11:01 when he saw that he met the woman with the same symptoms at 11:04. As at now the time has changed again to 11:02 and he saw his brother being attacked, which made him discover it was Time. I don't know how they will resolve it yet, but I think Time is genuine with Great and doesn't want to hurt him. I don't expect the last scene, but Time know that they will keep struggling, and Great will end up getting hurt because he is obviously stronger than Great, but at that moment all Great could think of is the good memory they shared together few days ago, and he was dumbfounded at his new discovery. And as for Korn, he was a lovely brother to Great, although he didn't have much time, but he still make time for him. I admire their relationship, especially after discovery that they are step-brothers. Korn being so cold to Tonkla is so wired to me. I mean, just after the death of his brother he avoided him. Could it be that he knows something relating to the death of his brothers, or he is just overworked up with the pressure of the new department his dad sent him to? Because 2 minutes of his time won't hurt him. If I am to say, I will say Korn does not like Tonkla at all but goes to him for pleasure. Maybe it's Tonkla that is obsessed with him because I'm not sure this is an actual relationship. Tonkla has not told him the news yet, but I think he know already. He could make out Time for his brother, but he leaves Tonkla to rot to death. There is something definitely fishy about him, and not just work, but in other words I also felt sorry for him because I felt he is being used by his parents. They suddenly put him in a position where he has to face criminal and gamblers but did not prepare him for what he might be facing, and poor him just wanted to impress his father. He doesn't really look like the villain here because he gave significant instructions not to hurt Nan, which means he is not that bad. I got to understand that Nan and Dr. Time might be working together, maybe trying to steal some information about their gambling business. Who know his intention, if he might be seeking for revenge or he is just being greedy. Which brings me the question of why he needs Great in his life. A part of me thinks he might be hidden on him to get closer to his family. A part of me still thinks their meeting was coincident, and he truly liked Great. The little time they shared together really mean a lot to Great, and he felt it like he is enjoying his childhood, especially finding someone that they can relate to each other. But Great finding out that he is after his family like this. He might not want to understand because this character does not look like a smart one. He doesn't even know the business his family does. But I know time will find his way. Because I think his character is based on revenge. Leaving the summary of the third episode, here are some of the theories of what I think is happening in this series in case you are confused. In episode 1 it shows that Time got killed and some set of people are trying to save him, which I think Time is seeking for revenge from Great family making him to hurt them, but he was also killed at the end. Everything that is happening right now is not yet happening and Great might be hallucinating. And for Tonkla brother who was killed, I think Great is seeing what is supposed to happen, and he saves him, which I think Tonkla brother is Dome. If we go back we see that Tol was trying to kill Dome but Great saved him, and people on social media are saying that everyone knows who did it. The news was already out that Dome was attacked by Tol when he exposed that Tol kidnapped his girlfriend, which make me think the person who is Tonklan brother is Dome. Title seems to come from a privileged family, and Tonkla knows that he can't get justice, so he decided to kill Tol himself. So I think the person that got killed in the beginning of episode 3 is Tol. But all of this has not been reviewed, this is just my own theories. And for the clock that is ticking when it reach 11:04 I think something significant will happen. But now it's like it's two timeliness that are going on in the series. And Great is currently in the timelessness where he has to save people. Remember, he saved a woman, and Tonkla brother got killed. He saved Dome, and the killer of Tonkla brother got killed. All this is a significant meaning indicating that his own family is under attack, which he also have to save his own family in this timelessness too, and he might have to choose between his loved one and his family. What if his family had hurt Time so bad, and after Great got to know what his family does, he was confused as to who to save between his family and his loved one, because right now Great is so naive and does not know what his family does for money, although he seems to be not interested in his family business. But if he finds out he might think his family does not deserve to be saved, and all I could think is that this series is so deep and I think they will give us an open ending. I also think he is hooked in a time loop, and in order for him to be free from this time loop, he has to save some people. I also think that Time targeted Great to hit on him, so in that way he will be more closer to his family and he could use him and take advantage of him. But in this process, if he fall in love, he has to make an hard decision, which make me believe that we are having an open ending. Because if it was for revenge, he will never be at peace looking at his man family while his own family was ruined, and he will also not be able to hurt Great family because in that way he can't be with Great. But let me know how you understand this series and what do you think about for minutes. That it, and thanks for watching. See you in episode 4.